Chuey called me from the jail. He said it was all a big mistake.
Sure, too, like always, can no?
What is it this time, weed or wine?
No, it's different this time.
Oh yeah, like what? Red angel dust?
No, Dulcie, something worse.
So why are you calling me? Why don't you call that girl Brenda that was so nice to you at the party the other night?
Dulcie, listen. It's a lot worse. I gotta get a lawyer.
Then he started like to cry or something. No, not crying. I mean, Chuey wouldn't cry, but it was like he had a hard time breathing. Like he was scared.
I didn't do it, Dulcie. I didn't do nothing. I was just in the car.
Chuey, can anybody hear you?
There's a chota around. Some dude from the DA's office, but they're not close.
Look, shut up, Chuey. Just shut up and don't say nothing to nobody. I'll be right there, okay?
I don't know if they're gonna let you see me.
They'll let me, Chuey. Hold on.
The Highland Park cop shop. I've been there before. She's been busted there like 3 or 4 times. Nothing bad, just drunk one time and a joint in the car. This time it looked bad.
We're 2 brothers. You're in my way. Get out of my shop. Shit. Thanks a lot, honey. You got the mother, bitch. I got rights too. My boyfriend's in there. Got more business here than you.
Hey, I'm here to see Chuey Medina.
We've got a Jesus Medina.
That's Chuey.
What's your name?
Dulcie Medina?
Dulcie. Doesn't that mean sugar?
No, sweet. It means sweet.
You related?
What the hell? God can't get me till I get outside.
I'm his wife.
Look, sweetheart. Nobody sees Jesus Medina until he's been booked.
He's been booked. He called me. He wouldn't have been able to call me if he hadn't been booked.
Just a minute. You'll have to wait. You can wait over there.
How long?
I don't know, sweetheart. They'll call me.
Cops. When they don't know what to do, they know to make you wait.
Send a message to gang members that we will not tolerate.
Hey, are you the DA? They won't let me talk to my husband, Chuey Medina. They won't let him speak to a lawyer. I mean, isn't he entitled to legal representation?
Look, I don't know what's going on here, but I cannot afford any procedural fuck-ups on this one. Do you understand?
Big case, huh?
Big case. This is the whole enchilada, Charlie. Where are you holding Medina?
He's in the second floor tank.
Great. We'll use the second floor conference room.
We're gonna need a search.
Bullshit. No strip search.
Look, if it's a face-to-face with the prisoner you want, the captain says skin search. That's the way we play it.
I'll take responsibility on this one, okay? We'll do a quick pat search. I'll be with her every step of the way.
Oh.
Look, I'll walk this one through, Charlie. Look, we've got cameras out there.
All right.
Undo your blouse.
I already told them I ain't gonna strip.
Just the top 2 buttons. Visual inspection, honey. I need to make sure your bra's not loaded.
Just some Kleenex.
They always do that. Some pachuca 30 years ago supposedly had a razor blade in her beehive and they're still all excited about it. They never do it to any Anglo chicks. The DA meets me outside and we walk through the first floor jail. It's like walking through the worst party you've ever been to in your life. Serves you right, cabrones. Chuey's in this big cell all by himself except for one other guy. When I see who that is, I know why Chuey's in trouble. Sleepy Chavez. I don't know why they call him Sleepy. The guy's wired most of the time. I think he might have been a red freak once. The guy's crazy. Everything bad that happens on 42nd Avenue starts with Sleepy Chavez. There's this guy that shines shoes outside Willie's barbershop. I thought he was retarded, but it turns out that he got in a fight with Sleepy in like 6th grade. And Sleepy kicked him so hard in the balls that the guy ain't been right since. And what's really sick is that Sleepy loves getting his shoes shined there. He can't leave his fingers alone. When he was little, his sister told me his mom used to put chili juice on them. He's always poking them in his nose or something. We don't want to be alone with him. Chuey looks worse than when his father died. Or even when the guys from White Fence burned his car and laughed at him.
Open 2. Chuey. Medina. Watch your mouth. Dulcie, mi novia.
He only calls me that when he's really drunk or sentimental.
No touching. Hands on the
He
table.
never has asked me to marry him.
Oh, Chuey. ¿Qué problemas you have, Chuey?
Dulcie, I think I was a shooter.
Keep your voice down, Chuey. What did you tell them? Exactamente, Chuey.
We didn't say nothing. We gotta stick together like Sleepy says. They haven't got any witnesses.
Chuey, one of those guys is still alive.
It doesn't matter. Neither of them saw us. All the cops got is Sleepy's car. They ain't got the gun. Sleepy threw it out when they were chasing us.
Were you driving?
Yeah.
How come you were driving?
Sleepy had the shotgun. I had to drive.
I can tell when Chewy's lying, which is most of the time. I think he was telling the truth.
You're crazy. They're gonna put both of you away. You don't owe Sleepy nothing.
It was my fault we got caught. We should have got away. I hit another car and wrecked Sleepy's Mustang. We tried to hide and the cops found us. I owe Sleepy. So just shut up, Dulcie.
It's hopeless to argue with Chuey when he gets like this. Muy macho. You can't talk to him about his friends, even the jerks. He won't believe me over them.
I'm gonna need a good lawyer. Give me Nardoni.
Tony Nardoni is this big lawyer all the drug dealers in East LA use.
I don't think Nardoni does this kind of stuff, Chuey. He just does the drugs.
Yeah, he does. He's a lawyer, isn't he?
Oh, sometimes Chuey can be as dumb as his friends.
You call Nardoni. You tell him I'm a compañero Flaco Valdez. You tell him we're like this. Tight.
Flaco Valdez is like the heavy-duty drug dealer in Highland Park and Shaky Town. As usual, Chewy's bullshitting. Flaco never ran with 42nd flats, and he deals mostly smack, so Chewy isn't even one of his customers. It's just that Flaco Valdez is the biggest name that Chewy can think of.
Fine, I'll call Nardoni. What about your mom?
Don't call her. I don't want her to know about this.
Chuey, you biggest stupido. She's gonna find out. It's gonna be all over the papers and on TV.
Okay, you can call her. Just tell her they made a big mistake.
Right, Chewy. Smart. Pretend it didn't happen, like always. It's gonna be a fun phone call for me. His mom's gonna go crazy. I know better, but I have to ask.
Chuey, why would you do such a stupid thing?
It was on our turf. They challenged us. Like we didn't have any huevos, chica. We got huevos.
Whose smart idea was it to shoot those boys, huh? Are you high?
God, he's such a pretty dude.
Hi, Dulcie.
Hi, that smile. The one I have to argue to get. The one I love him for.
What can I say? La vida loca, no? La vida loca.
Right, Chewy. La vida loca. It's the explanation for everything on 42nd Avenue.
Hi.
I gotta talk to you.
I never done anything like this. I never gone against him, but now I have to. Sleepy Chavez could give a shit if Chuy takes the fall. Chuy doesn't get it. He thinks he's tough. If he goes to a real jail, they'll bend him over. They'll fry those huevos of his that he's always talking about.
Look, Sleepy Chavez was the shooter. Chuy was driving and he was stoned. So, if he testifies, what'll he get?
Mrs. Medina, you're not a lawyer. I can't plea bargain with you. I mean, and even if you were a lawyer, I'd probably tell you that your client is guilty and we can prove it.
Do you have witnesses?
Dulcie, you stupid bitch, shut the fuck up!
Look, I'm gonna get him a lawyer.
If you get a lawyer, we'll talk. And I'd suggest better sooner than later, before some witnesses show up.
One more thing. If I were you, I'd put Sleepy in a different cell from Chuy.
Close one. Back off.
Hombre muerto, madre!
Back off.
Hombre muerto, man.
I got what I wanted, I guess. Chuey's lawyer, who was this woman from the public defender's office, and Chuey's mom and me, we all worked on Chuey. We worked on him real good. Chuey testified against Sleepy Chavez. We talked him into it. The DA wouldn't make any deals. The guy that was on the critical list recovered, but he never came to court. And they didn't need him anyway. They had done this test that showed Sleepy fired a gun, and then they found the gun. Some tow truck driver brought it in. It was under a car he towed away. Sleepy's fingerprints were all over it. The only thing the DA said he would do if Chuey testified was talk to the judge when it was time for the sentencing. Miss Bernstein said it was probably as good a deal as we could get. Chuey had to stand trial next to Sleepy. Every day Sleepy blew him kisses and told him he was a pussy and a maricon. Miss Bernstein never complained. She said it might help with the jury. I was surprised at the judge. I didn't think she would let that stuff go on. Every day Sleepy did something stupid. Miss Bernstein said that Chuey was stoned that day, and she said that he was easily led. Even Chuey's mom got up and said that Chuey was easily led, from when he was a little boy. It was weird to watch. They talked about him like he wasn't there. Miss Bernstein would show that Chuey was a fool, and then Sleepy's lawyer would try to show that Chuey wasn't a fool. He couldn't do it. Everybody in that courtroom thought Chuey was a fool by the time they got done. The jury said that Sleepy Chavez was guilty, but they couldn't make their minds up about Chuey.
The court will take a 10-minute recess.
The judge talked to them some more, and they came back in 10 minutes and said Chuey was guilty, but with, mitigating circumstances.
Mr. Chavez, at the end of this trial, you'll be sent to the California Youth Authority until you turn 21 years of age. After that, you will serve the rest of your 5 years in the state penitentiary. Mr. Medina? Because yours was a trivial circumstance, the jury and I have decided that your sentence should be a combination of probation and time served.
I couldn't believe it. Sleepy Chavez standing there with both arms in the air yelling Viva like he just wants something, and Chuey sits there with his head down like he was the one going to prison.
Hey, puta! Ooh, fucking take your sissy home, bitch!
No, guys, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass, and I'm glad.
Bullshit! I'll be in the Mexican mafia so fast before I get out fucking CYA. The only one getting fucked in the ass gonna be your little sissy Chuey, bitch. Hey, Medina! Chuey! Hey! Pinche hombre muerto, puto. You don't even know shit that's gonna happen to you in the free, bitch. You ain't free!
You saw that, right? You're gonna have to help him. He helped you.
Mrs. Medina, I've done all I can do.
He helped you. Well, what about those witness relocation programs?
I'll see if I can get some police protection.
No, that ain't gonna make it. The only way that'll make it is if I get him out of East LA.
Well, there's nothing to keep Chuey from moving as long as he tells his parole officer and makes his appointments.
You don't understand. The only way he'll leave is if you make him.
We can't do that.
Chuey. I'm gonna kill you sooner or later.
Forget it. Flats is my home.
The night he got out, Chuey came to my sister's house where I was babysitting. I wanted him so bad. He looked so fine, but it wasn't any good. It wasn't like Chuey at all. He hardly would kiss me, and it was like I could have been anyone. On the street the first month after the trial, the cops were doing heavy-duty patrols. It seemed like there was a black and white on every corner. They sent the word out through the gang counselors that Shaky Town was going to stay cool or heads would get broken. They busted the warlords from the 42nd Flats and the avenues for, jaywalking or loitering. None of the 42nd Flats would talk to Chuey. Chuey went back to work at Gus's body shop. Gus said he didn't care about the gang stuff, and Chuey was a good worker. But then things started happening. After someone threw battery acid on a bunch of customers' cars, Gus told Chuey he'd have to let him go. He didn't fire Chuey, he just laid him off so Chuey could collect unemployment. The night that he got laid off, I took him to dinner and a movie. I didn't want him to get down. After the movie, I took Chuey to the No-Tell Motel in Eagle Rock. It cost me all my tips from 2 weekends. They had adult movies there and a mirror over the bed. Chuey got into it a little. He'd been smoking weed at the movie and he was real relaxed. It wasn't great for me. I was too worried about what I wanted to ask, and also, he wasn't really there.
Let's get out of here. You gotta trade Chuey, we could go any place. We could get married and go to San Francisco or San Diego. We could just live together if you want. I don't care. We gotta get out of here, Chuey.
Flats is my home.
Chuey, they're gonna kill you.
That's right. They're gonna kill me. You did this to me, bitch.
Chuey, I love you.
You did this to me, bitch!
And after that, he wouldn't talk. We didn't even spend the night.
She wants it all, and she wants it.
After he got on unemployment, he filled up his day with weed and wine. I've seen him walking right on the street with a joint in one hand and a short dog of Whiteport on the other. Chuey's color TV, he calls it. I had to be in school. I couldn't babysit him. On the street, none of his old friends would talk to him, and there was no place he could hang out. Even people who didn't know him didn't like him around. White Pants had put out the word that they were going to do him as a favor to the 42nd Flats. No one wanted to be near Chuey just in case there was a shooting. When I got out of school every day, I'd go find him. I tried to get him interested in other stuff, like school, so he could get his high school diploma or a car. I was even going to fund him some of the money, but he didn't want it. All he wanted was his weed and his wine. I even set him up for a job with my cousin who's a plumber, but Chuey said no. Unemployment was enough. He just kept slipping. Just going down. Then I heard he was doing smack. Chuey didn't tell me. His uncle did. They were missing money from the house and the stereo. They found out Chuey had done it, and they found his kit. The weird thing was that once he got to be a junkie, the 42nd Flat stopped hassling him so much. Gangs are funny that way. They treat junkies like they was teachers or welfare workers. They don't respect them. It's like a truce, or like they're invisible. I don't know whether they're gonna kill him or not. Maybe they think the smack will do it for them, or maybe they're just waiting for the cops to go away, or maybe they're saving him for Sleepy Chavez's little brother who gets paroled out of juvie next month. I don't know. Sometimes I skip 6th period and come down and sit with him. It's the best time of day. He's shut up and mellow by then. I cut out coming in the morning because he'd be wired and shaking. If he just scored, he'd want me to shoot up with him. But by late afternoon, he's cool. It's real peaceful there in the lot. The sun is nice. I like to look at him. He's getting skinny, but he's still a pretty dude. Chuey nods and dreams. Nods and dreams. And I sit there as long as I can. It's what I can do.